Over the last 25 years, I've had the privilege of interviewing and highlighting some truly interesting people. Everyone who is anyone, both the famous and the infamous, from presidents and their first ladies to kings and queens, movie stars and pop stars, captains of industry, heads of state, sports personalities, innovative entrepreneurs, and some pretty fascinating everyday people. Today, I am proud to introduce you to Barak Zilberberg, a real estate investor whose dedication to serving others got him involved in an industry to provide a necessary service that people actually needed. Barak, it's a pleasure to meet you, and I am so looking forward to this conversation. Sir, you're a real estate investor by trade, but how did you get involved in that exciting field?
Well, basically, it's all about the people. It's about giving them a nourishing and inviting as far as environment, and taking care of people. It never was about the money for me. It never is about the money. It's about, serving the people, giving good energy, as far as giving good vibes. And that's what it's all about. At a very young age, my father woke me up at, age, 10. And every Sunday, he had properties. He was also endeavored in real estate. And he would wake me up and he'd tell me, go ahead, change that faucet. I want you to, as far as lay out this tile right here or the stick-on type of linoleum, I want you to lay it down. And when I come back, you're finished. 10 years old, I'm like looking at it and saying, wow, how am I going to do this? But, lo and behold, I did, come through and I did it. And he was pleased. So, where your heart goes, where you desire it, what your ambitions and passions are, and that's what it's all about. And I really like to give hope, to people out there, because we have been going through a cycle of some sort. And I think our job is to give hope to people and give them aspirations and ambitions and give them as far as knowledge. Knowledge is huge. So I, as a real estate investor, I always think of the people, my tenants. Now, as far as my tenants are concerned, they're not only my friends, they're like family. I have, as far as tenants, that I am in communications with them, up to this day. And they're friends of mine, So everything is about relationships.
So tell me, you had mentioned that you sometimes have tenants. So what does being a landlord mean to you?
A landlord, again, is being for my tenants, for the people. Basically, communicating with them, understanding them as far as their needs, their wants. Like, for instance, now with what is as far as incurred in this pandemic, because I have the relationships that I have with my tenants, and hearing as to what their pains are and what they're going through and working with them, that has been a remarkable movement. And, it's worked for them and it's worked for me as well. I'm very fortunate to be a landlord and to help people. Now, I have also tenants that are in the commercial. I have a shopping center as well. Yep. So I was very in touch with my commercial tenants as well, because as you know, it's inevitable, they cannot open up, there's certain restrictions that, took place, from the time that this pandemic, as far as happened until now.
Since you had been just so kind to share your investment strategy, what advice would you give to someone seeking to purchase an investment property of their own? And what kind of skill set do you think that they need to make a success?
Okay, now, fortunately, we have technology these days. And you can YouTube, as far as even being a landlord or as far as a property owner, there's many articulations on YouTube as to where you could gain knowledge in regards to repairs and, as to whatever you are being diagnosed in your property by, as far as a service tech. Or in the beginning, I believe it's best that you go ahead and you endeavor into those repairs, learn for yourself. The knowledge is important, going and exercising through it. And then you have the knowledge, even if you do hire someone, you can interpret what or who the tradesman may be that is servicing you and interpret as to what he's saying. And hopefully you will be in line with the cost and with whatever needs to be done on the property. And that it does take knowledge. Yes. But as far as I grew up, there was no YouTube or anything. So I actually had to get my hands underneath there and do the things I needed to do, roll my sleeves basically. And there's no shame, rolling up your sleeves is great, getting in and feeling and doing and endeavoring it's great. It really is. It starts your foundation as who you are as a person.
So you have also shared with us your dedication to working within the community. And I'd love to know, how would you describe your own role within the community?
Again, it's not about me. It's not about, as far as my rewards, it's about the people's, my tenants. I always said, and I had a huge plumbing company as well. I did repiping. I built, many as far as enterprises and, all kinds of empires. It's great. But the one thing is I learned is to take care of your customer, take care of your tenants, make sure that they are given everything they need up and even beyond their expectations. Now, if one person that you took care of, I took care of everybody, but if one person only you took care of, that one person can give you conglomerate, family, friends, can give you so many avenues towards your success. Again, always work with your heart. Work with your heart. Work with your spirit, your mind, your soul. Do the right things in life. Don't think about what is it in for me. It's not what is in for me. It's about what it is for the people. What is right. And that's what it's all about. And then the money or anything that you wish or endeavor or dream, it will come your way. It'll actually chase you. It'll actually chase you by far. So don't think about the money. Think about what is right. Think about, what is the right thing to do, as though you're doing it for not only for your family, not only for your kids, not only for your family, but everybody, And I, as far as mentor many people, they always come and question me. Oh, what do I do here? What do you think I should do here? And, it's my gift, even though I suffered and I've been through all the hurdles in my life. I do want to give, and I always wanted to give, and I always will give. I'm not a hidden box. Basically, I am for the people. Why should they go through what I went through? If I could, as far as enhance and make people's lives better with knowledge, simply knowledge that I may have, why not share it?
And finally, I always like to ask what my interview subjects would like the viewer of this video feature to walk away with about themselves personally or professionally. What would you like to share?
Well, I think you can achieve anything you'd like with confidence. Not only, first off, is confidence. Secondly, you have to believe on yourself as a person, as to identifying who you really are and your identity. You have to connect with that, not only spiritually, mentally, physically, in all ways. We are basically doctors of our own selves. So in other words, you should understand you're an enemy of your body and nourish it with the things that is needed and make sure that you are satisfied, you're happy, you're in a good place. Very, very, very important. It starts off with you. Now, as far as if you're good within yourself, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, you can spread the goodness of that to others.
What a wonderful way to sort of summarize what one's life's philosophy is. I thank you so much for your time today and your generosity with your advice. I know there are a lot of young people who would like to be in your shoes, and the fact that you've mentored several people over the course of your own career and continue to do so is admirable. And so I wish you the very best of luck with what else you are planning. And thank you. Thank you again for an interesting and informative conversation.
Thank you so very much.